your eyes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Louder. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Even louder. Let's stand together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. One more time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. This is a nice participation by all of you in this wonderful kirtan. So, welcoming all, ISKCON Whitefield invites you all for this Festival of Enlightenment program every Saturday evening 6 p.m. So, we'll start with the auspicious prayers. You all can repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om Ajnanatimirandasya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya. Jnananjana Shalakaya. Jnananjana Shalakaya. Chakshur Unmilitam Yena. Chakshur Unmilitam Yena. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya. Namo Vishnupadaya. Krishna Prestaya Bhutale. Krishna Prestaya Bhutale. Srimate Bhakti Vedanta. Srimate Bhakti Vedanta. Swamin Niti Namine. Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve. Namaste Saraswate Deve. Gauravani Pracharine. Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi. Paschatya Deshatarine. Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda. Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadada. Shri Advaita Gadada. Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes. So all of you can come little front. So more people have to come. So we are reading from a wonderful book, the Life Manual, Bhagavad Gita, the song sung by God. So today's presentation, everything will be dedicated to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, because of whose mercy we are able to read, discuss Bhagavad Gita all over the world in all ISKCON centers, logically, scientifically, and practically. So in the afternoon, I was just watching one of the videos about this Srila Prabhupada. So how many of you know Vivek Birindra? Yes. So one of the famous business person. So he recorded one video regarding Srila Prabhupada. So it's around some 15-16 minutes. His whole life, how he struggled to spread this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So there was a time once he was to, when at least we have laptops, computers now to type. That was the time there are no laptops, no systems, no monitors. It's like a typewriter, you know, right? Tick, 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 tick. To hit one word, you have to press a lot. It pains a lot. So he used to use those typewriters to write Bhagavad Gita and spread. He written the whole 700 slokas in English. And unfortunately, it was stolen. Again he written once again. Bhagavad Gita. At the age of 70, he left India, crossed 7 oceans to New York, and there where he started this movement of Hare Krishna, ISKCON. Now we can see all over the world, there are hundreds of centers of Bhagavad Gita where youngsters, married people, old people, everyone are coming here to our centers and getting benefited, learning Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic scriptures, implementing in their own life. So our presentation dedicated to His Divine Grace, Sri Srila Prabhupada. So he is sitting in the altar over here, you can see Sri Srila Prabhupada. So today's topic is the lost wealth. So we'll go little tangent from Bhagavad Gita today. So we'll be reading the slokas every day and discussing. Now we'll discuss about Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic scriptures. How glorious our Vedic scriptures are. How glorious Vedic scriptures are. And how with time our scriptures are being degraded, lost their glory. And how we can revive again back the glory of these Vedic scriptures. So these are 3 phases which we'll cover in this session today. So there is a nice verse from Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter. So you can all repeat after me. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smriti jnanam apohanam cha Vedesya sarvairahameva vedyo Vedanta krit veda videva chaham. Someone can read the English translation?
I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas.
Yes. So Krishna himself is telling in Bhagavad Gita, he has written the Vedas through the incarnation Vyasadeva. So Vyasadeva is a literary incarnation of Krishna who wrote all the Vedic scriptures 5000 years back. So let's see now, the present situation is completely different. Now India is developing country, right? People are condemning India. It's still developing country, this and that, and various other stuffs. And all Indians, to speak practically, we are turning towards Western culture. Isn't it so? Is it? Everyone knows this. Bhagavad Gita is proof. It's their Vedic culture, but we are not turning towards that. But let's see what is the glory of these Vedic scriptures. Let's go first in the material platform itself. So everyone knows this surgery. So this surgery was first given in Rig Veda. So there are 4 Vedas, everyone know, right? So in one of the Vedas named Rig Veda, this surgery aspect was given. And Sushruta is a father of surgery. In 3rd century, so he has a very famous book called Sushruta Samhita, where he has described or written various aspects of medicine, like dentistry, gynecology, plastic surgery. All these stuffs were already written in the book. And all these treatments were used to do at that time, that is 800 BC. And he was Sushruta was a part of kingdom called Kashi. I don't know, he was a part of that kingdom. So he used to do this. At the age 800 BC, all these treatments we used to do. What are those treatments? Dentistry, medicine, plastic surgery, all this was. But now we are also doing the same surgery, same treatments. But we have various equipments, isn't it so, to all this. But at that time those equipments are not available, isn't it? Then how are they doing? That is the glory of Vedic scriptures. That is what written. And this is already given in the Rig Veda, isn't it? So all these various things. Next, Ayurveda. Now the whole world is turning towards Ayurveda. It's like a boom right now. All the Westerns, Indians, everyone taking up Ayurveda. Why? Because there are no side effects. If you take one medicine, it can cure the disease of the whole body. Where it was given? Ayurveda, it is in Atharva Veda. It's already there, Ayurveda, in Atharva Veda. Next, mathematics. And this is also given in Atharva Veda appendix. In the appendix itself, all the various things of mathematics was given. So we can imagine this. How glorious is this? Whatever we are learning now, present, everything is already given in the Vedas. Now everyone know zero. Who invented it? Aryabhatta. And also various other things he invented. The value of x, which made our school days miserable. There is x, the value called pi. So all this was given when? 6th century. And if we can excavate all this, we'll find out all these stuffs. The only thing is we don't excavate. क्यों? हमारे पास time नहीं है ना. We have various things to do. So if we can excavate all these stuffs, we can find it out. And logarithms, square roots, cube roots, interpolation, all these were given by Brahmagupta in 7th century itself. And later, Pascal triangle. Who invented the Pascal triangle? Pascal. That's what we learned, no? Pascal. But Pascal invented in this triangle in 1653. But the reality is, to our amusement, it was already invented in the 6th century by Varaha Mihira. He was the personality who got this already. And later, it came into Pascal triangle invented by Pascal. But it was already there. It's already given by our Indian scientists. Later, and we have Pythagoras theorem. So who gave this Pythagoras theorem? Pythagoras. Isn't it so? We say like that. But actually this Pythagoras theorem was already given by Baudhayana in 800 BCE. And everyone knows this Fibonacci series. You can see in that red color, various numbers. We can use in the programming also, all the codes, you know this. So Fibonacci series. It was given by Fibonacci. It was given in 1202. But before that, already in 1150, Hemachandra was a scientist who given all this Fibonacci before itself. So if you see all this already given before, so from this we can understand all our Indian mathematicians, all Indian scientists are not eager to get name and fame. But all other Western, we can see mathematicians, scientists, they all want this stamp, proper stamp. Yes, I have done this. Isn't it so? We can see even in books also we are reading. So mostly in our educational systems, what are we seeing? Western authors, isn't it so? There are Indian authors also. Why are not preferring this? So that reason, what is that reason? We'll see further. And later, so one of the famous personality everyone knows, Srinivas Ramanujan. So one of my mentor, he was called for a school meeting regarding some spirituality. So it was on the day on his birthday, Ramanujan's birthday, mathematics day. So there he read this quote. You can see this. An equation for me has no meaning unless it expresses a thought of God. So at that time, all our Indian scientists, mathematicians are godly. They are believers of the God. Whichever aspect they go through in their life, they see God. Isn't it so? So that is the greatness of our Vedic scriptures. Later, physics. So you can do physics, all the, in fact, entire creation, solar system, how the eclipse happens, everything was given in Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, and other various cantos also it was given. And everyone knows this theory of atom. Everyone remember that? 11th class, 10th class. So who got this theory of atom first time? Rutherford. And there were Rutherford and others? Stein, okay. John Dalton, yes. So you might have studied this. So one person give a theory regarding the atom, and define it. Another person will come. So Rutherford, various. So first was John Dalton, was the first person who gave this theory of atom. But before him, already one Maharshi Khan, already given this theory of atom in 2nd century in a book called Darshan Grantha, centuries before John Dalton itself. Next, quantum physics, and it was given by Satyendra Nath Das in 20th century itself. And later we have gravitational theory. Who got it? Newton. But as usual before, already there is a person called Brahmagupta who given this gravitational theory. Only if apple falls from the tree, only then we will understand. No? The gravity is there. It's already there. So there is a Sanskrit term called Guru Tvakasha Shakti. Guru Akasha Shakti. So this is called gravitational force. It's already given in the scriptures in Rig Veda. Most of this, whatever you're reading, physics, everything, most of them is given in the Rig Vedas. And we are inverting right now. So we can see how glorious the Vedic scriptures are. All the knowledge, it's given all in the Vedic scriptures. It was spoken 5,000 years ago, written by 5,000 years ago by Vyasadeva. So all the knowledge was given, and it will go little deep in the aspect of our knowledge. That is aeronautics. Any aeronautical engineer here? Nice, Ranjan. Aerospace or aeronautics? Aeronautics. Same team. Even I am in aeronautics. I was in aeronautics. So we can see this is called Vimana Shastra. And this was also given in the Vedic scriptures. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, you can see. So how the airplanes were at that point of time. So in those airplanes, there used to be have big islands where there will be rivers, parks, cities, huge cities, and there's a place to stay, a home, everything in Vimana. Now, what kind of airplanes we have? बैठने के लिए भी जगह नहीं रहते. Yes or no? To keep two legs properly. Yes or no? So this is already given. Now some Dash brothers came and told, right brothers, that we got airplane. Before we don't know. It's already there in the Srimad Bhagavatam. We can see. And later, Yogasanas. Now the whole world is taking to yoga. 21st of June is the yoga day. The whole world is following. So by just doing this yoga, our body will be fit. And also our mind will be fit. Now all the boys want 6-pack, 8-pack. So all this gym will really help to keep our body strong, but not the mind. And these yoga asanas will helpful a lot. And this is also given in our Vedic scriptures regarding yoga, asanas, and various things. And the most important and interesting thing is astrology and Vastu Shastra. So what is this astrology all about? So I'm recently seeing many cars behind they used to keep some lines, some cards, vagera. And we see people keeping some tortoise in the water, laughing Buddha, Sara paise mere ghar mein aa jaye. So we love these various stuffs. So what is this Vastu Shastra is all about? So Vastu Shastra is also science. It's given in Yajurveda. So it generally speaks about the energies in the home. All the energies. So what to keep at which place. This is also a Shastra. And astrology. So we see a person doing some small calculations when this person was born, on which Rasi, Nakshatra. By just taking these calculations, this astrology can tell what is the future of this person. What is the future? What's going to happen after a few times? If at all we get a proper astrologer. So you can tell even the past life also of ours. So all this is a science. So we can see in the marriage also, before getting married, they check this Kundalini, whether it is matching or not. It's a science. It's already given in the scriptures called Yajurveda. As everyone know famously, our corona, which was there, was already predicted before the corona came into the picture. And the YouTube videos become very viral. You can search. So corona was predicted already before 2018 or 2019 in the start. And when corona came, all these videos went viral. Very well. It's predicted to this astrological charts. And there is one more virus coming out. I couldn't find the name. So it's starting from 2027 and it goes 2040. And it was also told from one of our seniors that this corona was just a trailer. The real picture will be then 2027. So all this already there through astrology. So everything is science which was already given in our Vedas. And later, civil engineering, ancient Indian architecture. How many of you like this ancient Indian architecture? Every one of us. I love this. So just like they make one stone and they do a lot of wonderful carvings. How beautiful the picture is, you can see. It's in Hampi. So I'm really a fan of this. Very fan of this. So but these days, what do we see? The bridges are collapsing. We have wonderful engineers here. So at that time, you can see. Have you been to Melkote? Anyone? Melkote? I have been. So it's just 3-4 hours travel from Bangalore. Melkote, Srirangapatnam, all the South Indian temples where we see. So we'll have a beautiful structures made on the Gopurams, on the pillars. Very beautiful. And they're so strong, even after getting number of calamities, natural calamities, earthquakes, vagera, vagera, still they are strong, not fallen. Now we can see if we get some earthquake, all the buildings will be collapsed. So one video was got very viral in WhatsApp, whether you might have seen or not. So all the buildings were there, fart, one after the other, everything was falling. People are being crushed. What are we doing? So this is the great science which we are learning from Vedic culture, from the Vedas, even to the aspect of construction, buildings. All this stuff is already given. And we see, and we call ourselves advanced. Basically speaking, we're just degrading right now. That is called advancement. That is called a real advancement. I'll just show a small video regarding this.
Of high standard developed in almost all regions during the ancient India. The distinct architectural style of the temple construction in different parts was a result of geographical, climate, ethnic, racial, historical, and linguistic diversities. Ancient Indian temples are classified into three broad categories. This classification is based on the different architectural styles employed in the construction of the temple. Three major techniques of the temple architecture are the Nagara style or the northern style, the Dravida or the southern style, and the Varsaras or the mixed style. But there are also some regional styles such as Badami Chalukya architecture and Gadgad architecture in Karnataka, Kalinga architecture in the Odisha, Maru Gujarat temple architecture in Rajasthan. In the initial stages of its evolution, the temples of the North and South India were distinguished on the basis of some specific features like the Shikara and the Gopurams, which are the gateways. In the North Indian temples, the Shikara remained the most prominent component, while the gateway was generally unassuming. The most prominent feature of the South Indian temples were the enclosures around the temples and the Gopurams. Design of the temple. The very essence of a Hindu temple is believed to have been developed from the ideology that all things are one and everything is associated. The four essential and significant principles, which are also the aim of the human life according to the Indian philosophy, are the quest for the artha, wealth and prosperity, kama for pleasure, dharma for moral life and virtues, and moksha for self-knowledge and realization. The mathematically structured spaces, intricate artworks, decorated and carved pillars, and the statues of the Hindu deities illustrate and value such philosophies. A hollow space without any embellishments situated at the center of the temple, usually below the deity, may also be at the side or above the deity, symbolizes the complex concept of the Purusha or Purusa, meaning the universal principle of consciousness. The cosmic man or the self without any form, however, the omnipresent and associated with all the things. The Hindu temples suggest contemplations, encouragement, and further purification of mind. It also prompts the process of self-realization in the devotees. However, the preferred process is left to the convention of the individual devotees. The site of the temple. The Hindu temples are suggested to be near the natural water bodies such as the confluence of the rivers, river banks, seashores and lakes. According to the Puranas and the Bharat Samhita, mandirs can also be constructed inside the world of the natural water bodies. However, such suggestions include the building up of a pond with water garden in front of the mandir or towards the left. In the absence of the both natural and man-made water bodies, the water remains typically present during the consecration of the deity or the mandir. The part 3 of the chapter 93 of the Hindu text Vishnu Dharmottara Purana also recommends building of the temples within caves chiseled out of stones, atop hills, within hermitages, forest gardens and at the upper end of the street. Layout of the temple. The basic elements that comprise a Hindu temple are as follows. Garbhagriha, which literally means the warm house, is a cave-like sanctum which houses the main icon of the temple. In earlier times, it was a small cubicle with one entrance. In the later periods, it grew into a larger chamber. Mandapa is the entrance to the temple. It could be a portico or a colonnaded hall where the worshippers stand. Shikara or the Vimana. It is from the 5th century CE. It is a mountain-like structure on the top of the temple. In the North Indian Nagara style, it is called as the Shikara and is curved in this shape. Whereas in the South Indian Dravidian style, it is like a pyramidal tower which is called the Vimana. Amalaka. Stone like disc seen at the top of the temple is known as Amalaka. It is mostly in the North Indian.
So just showing this. So these temples were not constructed just for time pass. There's a lot of science included in this. So we have a Garbhagudi, and there are other parts like Gopuras, Shikaras in the North India. So all this will really help a person to progress spiritually. All the constructions, the various scriptures, the construction, what they give on the things. So we can know the history, what is in the temple, what is the history behind the temple with the beautiful scriptures on this.
Of high standard.
And these main things, Takshashila and Nalanda University. Everyone know this? Yes. Second and third century was the time where all the people all over the world would come to these universities to study. To study. All the people all over the world, they used to come to read Vedic scriptures, learn the knowledge which we have already described: Ayurveda, surgery, science, physics, mathematics. People used to come from all over the world to Nalanda and Takshashila universities to read these scriptures. And now the situation is all Indians are going out to study. अरे हमारा पास है. We have this wonderful knowledge. We have these wonderful things. We are not able to excavate this and take the benefit out of it. Isn't it so? Now everyone wants to go out. This has become the fashion. Isn't it so? And there is famous temple in Telangana, I think near Hyderabad, I think so. So there is a Balaji temple, it's called Visa Balaji temple. Might have known. So if anyone wants to get some visa to US, they used to go there and pray to the Lord to get visa. And people used to get also. So this is like various things we have. So this is the glory of Vedic culture, Vedas. How all over the world, everyone used to take up Vedic scriptures and abide in their life and getting a lot of benefit altogether. Do you know which place is this? Hampi. So how it's looking? When I saw first this, I thought it's like a shed for the people to come and take rest during the rainy season. Just like that, no? So when you trace, you can go down and get away from the water roads. So, but the thing is, so one of our seniors, he went to this Hampi trip, Yatra, with all his friends, vagera, vagera. He was just describing this. So they asked the guide, there's a tourist guide, right, wherever we go. So they are checking with this tourist guide, why these scriptures, all these wonderful, these things are there, wonderful body, what is the reason? And he told, so these are the marketplaces, not for vegetables or fruits, for diamonds, for rubies, for pearls, for gems. So what that time was, so all the people in their baskets, they used to keep all these minerals. And people from Gulf countries especially, they used to come here and trade it in Hampi. Now where that wealth has gone now? There is a famous saying in Hindi. हमारा देश सोना चांदी something. Yes. So where this now, right now? Simple. So we'll see this. So where this has gone, this wealth, and also we'll see various aspects like education. Now everyone are being dumped in the schools to study only one subject. Maybe in different grades, the same thing is being taught. Yes or no? Without knowing the nature of a person. Someone wants to become a doctor, someone wants an engineer, someone wants to do something else. But everyone are being dumped in the schools, isn't it so? So you study this only, do this only. But in the previously what used to happen, people are used to send to gurukuls, where guru used to check the person's nature. Whether this person is a Brahminical quality, is an intellectual person, or a Kshatriya quality, he wants to become rule the world, or whether he's a Vaishya, is interested in business or agriculture, or it's like Shudra, you just want to work under someone. So they used to analyze the person's nature and engage them in that occupation. That is what used to be done. And now what's there? Nothing is there. Just go to school, you become engineer. I have this package, you have to get double of it. I couldn't do doctor, you become a doctor. We're just forcing on the people, isn't it so? Especially parents. I did not explain to all the youth sitting over here. It is what happening, where there is no aspect of checking the person's nature and guiding him. And what will be the end? A person will be depressed, isn't it so? Why the question of job dissatisfaction is there? Because the person is not liking this, but somehow he has to maintain and is doing this. And the lifestyle and the value relations we are seeing. Recently, we went to one of the person's householder's house. They invited our devotees also. So he was sharing. So, beta, sadhu आ गया, दंडा प्रणाम करूं, and the child is telling, मुझे क्या मिलेगा? मुझे क्या मिलेगा करने से? So then sadhu is telling, ठीक है, करना मत, कुछ नहीं, Hare Krishna. So like this. So there is no respect for sadhus, not even to the parents also. Parent is asking, बेटा please give me a glass of water. यहाँ आपके पास पेन नहीं है क्या? आप नहीं लेके आ सकते? So this was the culture is right now, but at that time it's completely different. Even you see in the Mahabharata, all the Pandavas, even after the war also, Kurukshetra war, every Pandava, everyone used to wake up early in the morning, and they used to go to the room of Gandhari and Dhritarashtra and take their blessings early in the morning. Pay obeisances and take their blessings. This is what the Vedic culture is. This is what we can learn. And coming to spiritual practices, at that time there is no special classes on Saturday, Sundays, FOE sessions. Now we are stressing more and more. Chant every day, read Bhagavad Gita. At that time, they're naturally spiritual, people are. They used to wake up early in the morning. Early means not 9 to 10 o'clock, it's 4 a.m. in the morning. 3:30, 4 o'clock. People used to wake up at that time. Take bath and do some puja in the home. Do some spiritual practices. And go to work. And come in the evening. Discuss Ramayana, discuss Mahabharata. Do some drama regarding that. And have a nice prasad. And sleep. They're naturally spiritually inclined, and they have the platform also. It's completely opposite right now. We have to go out and tell you this is what session is happening on Saturdays. Please come and join. And this was situation was. So I'm just not demotivating you. I'm just triggering your thought process. And this is what happening each and every day in the age of Kali. And this question of depression, suicide, you can go and check with our grandparents or their parents. There is no question of depression, divorce cases, nothing, because they are natural counselors. So whatever their grandparents used to say, because they are qualified, and that would be the final decision. And there are no problems of this suicides, vagera. Even in this crime rate also, every day some or the other something happening. Yes sir, some or the other rape, this. And the lawyer, these cases also. So these lawyer courses are so funny that even after the person's death also, the case still goes on. So crime rates are very increasing now. And in the spiritual Vedic culture, it's completely opposite. There is no question of this. And we have various things right now. We have how our plates are made of in the home. Eating plates. Steel. Yeah, stainless steel. Now we have plastic also. Paper plates. At that time, plates are used to be with silver, gold, bronze, and we pose ourselves as advanced. That is what advancement is. Actually, what advancement is. That is what. And now we know this, the glory of Indian culture, the Vedic culture, how beautiful, how great India was, how people all over the world would take India as inspiration and learn from India how to lead a good life. All this is wonderful, glorious, but where it has gone right now? Let's see. The famous contribution is done by Mughals. And these people are quite less intelligent. At the time, we used to do what all our people are self-employed. No one is dependent on other. Everyone are completely independent. And Mughals were really how these people are really independent? How? From where they are getting this power? And they found out something that all the Indians at that time, what they used to do in the morning and the evening, they go to the temple and they discuss Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita, all these stuffs. and do chanting various mantras. And they thought, Mughals thought, maybe these people are getting power from these temples. Let us destroy that. And they destroyed it. We can see North India, South India, various temples being destroyed. Isn't it so? So basically, at that time, the people are very, very strengthful in their mind, emotionally very strong, very strong. Recently, one incident happened. I think few years back. So some IPL match is going on, and someone won, some team lost, and because of the team got lost, this person committed suicide. He is playing, he is getting money, he is getting money. What happened to you? Yes or no? We're completely internally unstable, isn't it so? What if other person says, hey, this dress is very bad, you cannot do this. Just like we are giving our TV remote to other person. You please control my remote. Yes or no? So that's how the situation is. If someone says you are nice, we will be happy. If someone says we are bad, then we will feel bad. So basically, our life is not in our control. We give the remote to someone else. So this is called spiritual inability. At that time, people were very, very strong, and Mughals thought this. People are getting strength from the temples, and they started destroying this, one after the other, one after the other. So there is a famous temple in Vrindavan. It's a Govindji temple. This is the highest temple. So it has 7-story building. And one of the Mughal empire, one of the Mughal ruler, so he was seeing from his palace. This temple is larger than our palace. Destroy it. He destroyed it 5 stories, and only 2 stories was left. It's a beautiful temple. It is in Vrindavan. I got a chance this year in Kartik. I have been to Vrindavan. There are beautiful pictures, beautiful deities, beautiful carvings on the temple. If you have time, you also can visit once Vrindavan. It's a very, very nice place. So basically, we are pointing out this. We are very, very being spiritually unstable in our life, emotionally unstable. So I was hearing from one of our relatives who stays in America. She was telling every block in a company, they used to have one psychiatrist. Every block of the company. So after the leaving job, completing his work, a person goes to psychiatrist, get treated, and go home. This is what's happening. People are completely unstable in their heart. At that time, people are very stable because of their reading scriptures, discussing, doing various spiritual practices. And because thought, temples are the reason. Let's destroy it. And they looted so much. Here are the statistics. So in a place called Nagarkoti, this Muhammad Ghazni, how he looted? Let's see. He looted 7 lakh golden dinars. So all these various things are various types of measurements. Like we have carat gold, something. So like this, various categories of units. 700 months of gold and silver plates, 200 months of pure gold, 2000 months of silver, and 20 months of various jewels, corals, diamonds, and rubies. And later, next, in Madura, the same person, he destroyed many temples and he found 4 golden idols whose size were 2 rubies valued at 5,000, 50,000 dinar. And Somnath temple, there he took 2 crores of dirhams of gold and silver and gems. Later, we can see Devagiri in Alauddin Khilji, he did all these wonderful activities. He looted all these stuffs. 2,400 kilos of gold. Can you imagine? 2,400 kilos. Now you get 1 gram of gold, it takes a lot of money. Yes or no? Yes. So when we go to jeweler shop, we'll get heart attack. During marriage functions, all this stuff. How much time? How much will maximum 1 kg or 2 kg will buy? Yes or no? Practically speaking. But it's 2,400 kilos of gold, 4,000 kilos of silver, 28 kilos of pearls, and various pieces of silk and other valuables were completely looted. And the most interesting thing is, they used to loot again and again the same place. And they used to find again and again the same things. This is the glory. This is the glory of Vedic culture. And unfortunately, our history books don't speak about this. Isn't it? And people say, it's described in completely different. Mughals are so great people. the whole history is completely changed. And we can see how practically we are being brainwashed. Completely brainwashed. We can observe this in our life. And one more great thing has done. So this we took a reference from a book called Koil Olugui. So this is a place called Sri Rangam. Anyone have been there? Sri Rangam? In Tamil Nadu. So there between 1323, this was the time. So in the temple, so this person, Thalak Ulu Khan. So this person thought and planned to capture the whole place. But he couldn't. On the next day, they were celebrating some festival in the temple. So 12k devotees were there in the Sri Rangam temple. And this person, with anger, the next day he went and he killed all 12k devotees, 12,000 devotees, without mercy. And this is what's happened. And whenever you hear these truths, you feel a lot of pain in the heart. Lot of pain. And these people could do only for 600, 650 years. Because later times we got Chhatrapati Shivaji, all these various great rulers came, they couldn't do next. And the better than these Mughals, the most intelligent came into the picture. They are Britishers. These people didn't do any force. And Mughals used to make this conversions also, forceful conversions. So everything, whatever Mughals was in, is completely forced. And these Britishers are very, very intelligent. They didn't force anyone. They didn't do anything. They're happy lives. Nicely only. So there is saying, right? So if enemy is too far, then it's fine. If enemy is with us, it's very dangerous. And these Britishers used to act like this, as if we came for a trade, we're doing something. And these people found the secret of Indian strength. And that is in the scriptures and their spiritual practices. Found out how these Indians are stable in their life, not being dejected for any situation. And they found out and they did many things. So one of them is they employed Indologists. So Indologists are the ones who master various languages. So what is the reason of mastering various languages? This was the thing. So there are various people also, we'll name them. Alexander Struff. So he was telling, he established Scottish College in Kolkata, headquarters for campaign against Hinduism. And various people, William Jones. He learned 60 languages and he was telling, what is he telling? My mission is to undermine people's faith in authorities of the Vedas. Next to Williamson, he inspired British government to award several thousands of pounds for best refutation against Hindu religion. So speaking, it's completely corruption. So finding out the people, give them money and go against your own party. So we can see this. And Max Muller. So what he did, he studied and became scholar in Sanskrit to give wrong interpretation of Vedic texts. To just give wrong interpretation, he did this Sanskrit. So this is a small video. So we'll see how this Sanskrit is very essential. How great, glorious this Sanskrit language was.
Extraordinary memory power of the Sanskrit scholars. How can they memorize vast texts such as Vedas and Upanishads as they are and pass it on to the next generation? Now, latest researchers have unraveled this mystery and named the phenomenon as Sanskrit effect. Here's a Doordarshan News exclusive report on Sanskrit effect. Take a look.
Sanskrit, which literally means perfected or refined, is one of the oldest human languages. Sanskrit is also regarded the world over for its unique way of learning, in which large texts are memorized verbatim. The four Vedas, the Upanishads, all have been preserved through this technique. While world over civilizations built large libraries to store knowledge, in India, through the tradition of Sanskrit, all the knowledge was stored in the human brain and passed from one generation to another. Since ages, this has been a mystery to the world. Now, through modern scientific research, this mystery seems to be unraveled at last. A study on Sanskrit effect, which has been reported in the journal Scientific American, has claimed that memorizing Vedic mantras enhances the brain regions associated with cognitive functions such as memory. The term Sanskrit effect was coined by American neuroscientist and Sanskrit scholar James Hartzell. Hartzell studied Sanskrit at Harvard and Columbia universities and cognitive neuroscience at the University of Toronto. He discovered that memorizing Vedic mantras increases the size of the brain regions associated with cognitive processes. Hartzell's report was tested when he and his colleagues from the University of Trento in Italy collaborated with Dr. Nandini Chatterjee Singh of the National Brain Research Centre at Manesar in Haryana. This extensive research has established that through this unique memorizing technique used in traditional Sanskrit learning, brain's capacity significantly increases.
Extraordinary memory power.
So basically speaking here, so how the Sanskrit is. So previously what used to be done, so you don't have any books or any Google Keep, all this nothing. So they used to chant the slokas, memorize this, and they used to chant number of times so that they can memorize, and they pass this knowledge by chanting this. So this is the memory power which they have. And they also in the scientific researchers they are telling, by chanting these slokas what happens, our memory, brain tissues will be enhanced to grasp more aspects, more learnings, whatever you're doing. So this is the most important thing. So I think at least in South India and North India we have this various Vishnu Sahasranama Vagera Vagera. We just chant those. Even chanting this is very very helpful to make our brain tissues finer and to progress more in the spiritual life. And one of the famous person, Lord Macaulay, he made this wonderful statement. Let's hear this properly. I have travelled across the length and breadth of India, and I have not seen one person who is a beggar. So basically at that time the beggars are only brahmacharis or sannyasis. So their personality, and they don't do for their money. They go to each and every house, they take alms and teach the knowledge of scriptures for them, for all the married ones. So they are the only beggars. So other than that, just telling, who is a thief? Such a wealth I have seen in this country, such high moral values, people of such caliber, that I do not think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is her spiritual and cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose that we replace her old and ancient system, her culture, for if the Indians think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their native culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation. And this is what happened, isn't it so? We completely dominated. And Macaulay made a number of statements regarding our education system. So he made all these statements. He said, Indian languages contain neither literacy nor scientific information. But what we have seen till now, everything is scientific, everything is logical. And later, Indians are poor and rude. They should be enriched by our help. That's why people in Hampi, they used to do trade with the various germs and rules. A single shelf of European library is more than all the Indian literature put together. Are Baba, in Mahabharata, there are 2 lakh slokas. And in their literature, like Iliad and Odysseus, there are only 60k lines. Where is 2 lakh lines? Where is 60k lines? And he's making this statement. And he also told, all the works of Sanskrit in Vedas is just a fiction of imagination. Most important thing, everyone can relate this. All historical Vedic texts put together has less knowledge than of the primary schools of England. And we are so brainwashed now. So whenever we come and discuss some Mahabharata, Ramayana and Bhagavad Gita, so what do people say about this? There is a terminology in English. Mythology. So anyone know what is the meaning of mythology?
Which is not happened.
Yes, myth means something false. But being Indian, everyone knows this. This Ramayana, Mahabharata, everything happened. It's a history. But we are so brainwashed that automatically whenever we describe about these things, we get a term called mythology, which is completely false. Isn't it so? But they happened. Isn't it? How nicely they did this brainwashing. Hmm? So this is what happened. But it's actually happened. That's why we are celebrating festivals, right? We are celebrating Janmashtami and we are celebrating Ramavani. If they are not facts, why are we celebrating? On that particular day only, so and so month, Chaitra Masa, on this Navami day, we are celebrating Ramanavami every year. It's a fact, right? That's why we are celebrating. Are we fools? Definitely not. Isn't it so? It's already there. But scientifically, how nicely they have brainwashed. And the final statement, what Lord Macaulay was telling. We must educate Indians in English so that we create a class of people who are Indian in blood and color, but in English in taste, opinions, morals, intellect. For this class, we will upgrade the dialectics for the Western nomenclature. Haribo! They were victorious. Let's congratulate them. They have done this. And we are reading this sloka also, Bhagavad Gita. It's so good. We use it this only, Western nomenclature, dialectics, English. So the situation has come like this. Whatever we're reading, we read some English attached to this, Sanskrit, isn't it so? Or else we cannot understand. And they were successful completely. So this is what happened. Indians only in complexion are brown or brown skin. Everything is Western. Let's take attire. You can see yourselves. We can see ourselves also. So now everyone wears the jeans. So no problem in that. But please don't get offended. I'm just speaking the facts. So do you know who do wear this jeans?
Workers.
Exactly. Laborers or workers. Why?
Because maintenance was low. Means, jeans need not be washed frequently.
Yes, maintenance is less and it won't tear also. So that it go to any place and work nicely. No need of much maintenance. And we here, we tear the jeans, we'll wear and we'll go. Pepe jeans, torn jeans. And they made it as a fashion. We can see now. This is how our attire is also completely Western. Attitude. So what is attitude now? Everything Indian is less. Everything Western is best. Isn't it? It's a fact. Later festivals. And also we have number of festivals we can celebrate. But we are not able to celebrate completely nicely. And various English festivals have come. Valentine's Day. Yes sir, no? February 14th. Someone is telling the date also. People remember. Various festivals are there. And we don't know that Valentine is a person who is a spiritual person. Don't know where this relationship has come. Boy and girl relationship. And people are celebrating all over the world. And that has been our condition. Next, aspiration. What is everyone's aspiration? I have to go to West. India में universities नहीं है. I want to do MS, I want to go to East America, and I have to do. There are wonderful universities in India, IITs and NITs. We are not able to prefer it. And later, food. What do you prefer mostly? Domino's, pizza, McDonald's. Basically Italian, Chinese, whatever you prefer more. If you eat normal rice, we think it's low class. We have to go out and do some party. What? Pizza and burger. So one of the famous sannyasis, he made a wonderful statement. It's like a joke. So he told, pizza, pasta, narakka rasta. It is a joke. So this is what happening. Coming to our attire, to our lifestyle, everything is Western. Only the color is Indian. Yes or no? So let's check ourselves. Everything is Western. This is how we brainwashed. So it's not our mistakes, for sure. It is not our mistake. But we were completely programmed like this. Completely programmed. So there was one school recently, I think Chaitanya some school. So our devotees were invited to give a class at this parents and children meeting. And the principal was asking, so please teach these children how to respect their parents. The separate session. And they are doing various activities also, all the children. So their fancy dress competition will be there, right? So all the people, all the children, they're wearing demonic dresses and moving around. This is called fancy. Arey, kaha se? Demons, as like demons, they're dressing and moving here and there. So where has this culture is coming from? So it's completely Western. And what Mughal could not do in 600 years, and what Britishers could not do in 300 years, our media has done in 50 years. Completely destroyed. Why is only Sanatan Dharma is targeted again and again? So everyone knows this famous serial, Radha Krishna serial. And these various media aspects, serials, vagera vagera, so just making a fun, a joke out of Indian deities, Indian history. So in this serial, it was shown that Krishna was there till 17 years in Vrindavan itself. But around, if you see the scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam, read what about Krishna. So there it's really clearly described about Vyasadeva. Though still at the age of 11 or 11 and a half, Krishna left Vrindavan. And here, till the age of 16 also still he is in Vrindavan. And some people also come and ask, Prji, this is what happened with Krishna and Radharani. Is this so? When we ask, from where you got this information? Arey Radha Krishna serial mein dekha maine. Now the thing is, what happening? Our source of information has become this media, not the scriptures. Scriptures open करके पढ़ने के लिए time नहीं मिल रहा है ना. So that's why we get all this wrong information. To get some masala, to get some TRP, they make so and so things. So as the sensual relationship with Krishna and Radha, this was shown. All this nonsense were being described. And various things. And in this Leela of Lord Krishna's Leela, demons used to come only to kill Krishna. And this serial portraying that demons used to come to kill Radharani. And as hero, Krishna comes and saves Radharani. It is never there in Krishna's Leela. The demons are coming used to kill only Krishna, not Radharani. And to have some TRP rate, they made all this nonsense. All this nonsense, completely. And one more thing also shown in this. Radharani was teaching Rukmini Devi how to make kheer. But the thing is, Radharani and Rukmini Devi never met in their life, in this past day. So just to get TRP, do whatever nonsense we want. That's what's happening. And we innocent people watch them and we take that as our source of information. And we get being misled. And one more famous this thing. So it's a Wire article, one of the famous thing written. So I cannot read this. So someone of you can read this. Yes?
Durga Puja is the most controversial racial festival where a fair-skinned, beautiful goddess Durga is depicted brutally killing a dark-skinned native called Mahishasura. Mahishasura, a brave, self-respecting leader, was tricked into marriage by the Aryans. They hired a sex worker called Durga who enticed Mahishasura into marriage and killed him after 9 nights of honeymooning during sleep.
What nonsense is this? What nonsense? We're celebrating Durga Devi festival. Yes or no? And they're reading all this nonsense. How can you take it? It's very painful, right, to hear all this stuff. And how the children will know this? And they read this and tell, yeah, this is what is correct. Yes or no? And there are various Ramayana books. Many people came into the picture now, writing various Ramayanas. They don't follow Valmiki Ramayana. They will write their own Ramayana. So we're reading one of the first page of Ramayana. So there it was mentioned, Ram, Lakshman and Sita, they were eating meat in a forest. That is deer meat. This is how it's mentioned. And if children read these books, what happens? Completely destroyed. Yes or no? So we shouldn't read anyone and everyone's book. So we have to see the bona fide nature of the person. Where is he? Is he coming in a parampara? Has he read Valmiki Ramayana? Has he practiced in life? And then if he writes, then we'll see. Yes or no? Many controversial things happening. And later, one nice video. Everyone must have seen this movie.
ऐसा भी भगवान का बैटरिया खत्म हो गई है का? थोड़ी देर चले फिर लूल हमें।
क्या मतलब
नया बैटरी लगा दो, किधर लगता है? लगाओ।
अरे भैया ऐसा बैटरी नहीं पड़ती।
तो काम काहे नहीं कर रहा है? मैन्युफैक्चरिंग डिफेक्ट है का?
अरे कोई डिफेक्टिव पीस नहीं बनाते भाई हम। कि भगवान को आप बनाया? जी हाँ, अपने इन हाथों से। आप भगवान को बनाया कि भगवान आपको? भैया, भगवान ने हम सबको बनाया है, हमने तो सिर्फ इनकी मूर्तियां बनाई है। काहे बना हुआ तो उनकी मूर्त? ताकि हम उनकी पूजा कर सके, अपने सुख दुख की बातें कर सके।
तेरे भीतर ट्रांसमीटर फिट है का? भगवान तक बात पहुंचा कैसे है?
अरे भगवान को किसी ट्रांसमीटर की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, वो डायरेक्टली सुन लेता है।
डायरेक्टली सुनत है तो फिर इन मूर्त की क्या जरूरत है?
अरे क्या करूं इसका यार, धंधा बंद करवाएगा क्या?
So let's see here. So some of us getting laugh, but whenever I'm seeing this, I get a lot of pain in the heart. So how offense this is? It's a murti of the Lord, and he's doing wagera ulta ulta and putting battery in it. It's called Archa Vigraha. People to worship. Are we so intelligent than these great acharyas? Ramanujacharya, Shankaracharya. So they have given, they read the scriptures, they applied in their life, and they give this deity worship. Archa Vigraha, Puja. And we are so intelligent, we go beyond it and make all this nonsense stuff. And this person who is selling also, see, he don't anything. Ara, hamara danda band karwayega kya? So no. And the person who is acting in this movie is not belonging to our faith itself. So it's a complete very, very offensive to do this. Very, very offensive. And this, another famous clip.
दूध चढ़ाइए, फिर देखिए। मैंने बोला ठीक है, ये भी करके देख लेते। तो मिलोड में पहुंच गया मंडे को, दूध का लोटा लेकर। ये लंबी लाइन लगी, सबके सब हाथ में लोटा पकड़ के खड़े हुए थे ऐसे। मैंने सोचा अंदर जरूर कोई दूध पीने वाला होगा, वरना ये सब जगह गधे थोड़ी है जैसे लोटा पकड़ के लाइन में खड़े। मेरा नंबर है, मैं अंदर गया, अंदर कोई नहीं था दूध पीने वाला, कोई नहीं। बीच में वो काला पत्थर पड़ा हुआ था, उसे शिवलिंग कहते हैं मूर्ख। हाँ, शिवलिंग पड़ा हुआ था और वो पत्थर मिला, वो पत्थर दूध था।
So this systematically they're brainwashing us. So it's one of the nice thing to see, to prove they are doing that all our rituals are useless and waste of time and money. So many people have this ideology after watching this movie. Might have this ideology. Hey, why to waste money on pouring the milk on the Shivlinga? Yes or no? Yes or no? 10 rupees ka doodh. 50 rupees oil. Why people are wasting on this vigraha? Why don't we give to poor people? Yes or no? This is the question. But my question to these movie makers who made, instead of investing crores and crores of money making these movies, why don't you put to feed poor? In one shot, all poverty will be written. Yes or no? Isn't it really? Yes or no? And we have very famous personalities like celebrities. In South India especially, every movie they made a big cutout for the hero, and they used to do palabhishek from top of the cutout. What happened to the people then? Mar gaye kya? Yes or no? Whenever we go to movies, cinemas, restaurants, bars, we'll go to various things and we invest thousands of rupees just for our enjoyment. तब poor people मर गए क्या? Aren't there poor people then? Isn't it so? Only when I keep do palabhishek of Lord Shiva, then we'll get poor people in the picture. So कितना दूध देंगे? 10 रुपए का, ऑयल 50 रुपीस का, 60 रुपीस का मैक्स, मे बी 100 रुपीस के ले लो भगवान के लिए. And we are investing so much money for our enjoyment, thousands of rupees. Some birthday party, going here and thousands of rupees. Where people were dead, poor people were dead at the time. Isn't it so? Yes. I'm just making your thought process triggering. Let's think of this. And this is how nicely we are being brainwashed again and again and again. And until and unless we read scriptures, it's not going to happen. The same question for all of us sitting over here. So they made a lot of jokes on our deities. If at all they make some movie against one personality in some other religion, we can imagine what is the consequence. Isn't it so? Just few months back, we made some politician made some small word regarding some personality. and one person was supporting her. What happened? He was murdered ruthlessly. And they made a video regarding that. Isn't it so? Because they don't have guts to make movie on these people. They know all the celebrities or directors who are making this, but they will be dead next day. But why are they targeting only Sanatan Dharma? Why only Hindus? Because they know that we are number one fools. We are not reading scriptures, right? हमारा faith में हमको भी faith नहीं, श्रद्धा नहीं है. Isn't it so? Whenever we are all watching this movie, we also thought, oh, maybe this must be correct. Isn't it so? Whatever he's telling is maybe correct. Have you opened the book and read? No. And automatically will be brainwashed. Yes, this whatever he may be telling is correct. Why to do this deity worship? ये तो पत्थर है. Isn't it so? And this is what happened. And after doing this also, so much of killing our faith in the Vedic scriptures, killing our ideology of culture, even after doing this so much natak, so much nonsense, 100 people are sitting over here and reading the session of Bhagavad Gita. A great round of applause for all of you. So this Vedic culture is already there in our blood. In our blood. So that's why people are coming and reading. We know all this. We have seen these movies. We have taken this ideology. But still you are coming to the center and hearing the session. This is the greatness of India. By blood, within our blood there is culture. Within our blood there is Vedas. The only thing is, we have to lighten it and bring it out. This is what we have to do. If at all, what we have to do now? So we understood the glories of Vedic culture, how it was destroyed. Now the thing is how we can retrieve it, or lost pleasure, lost wealth, how to get back to our nature. If at all we are not doing this, if we are not able to retrieve the lost treasure, we will get destroyed one day. एक दिन हमारा घर में पत्थर गिरेगा. If at all we are not able to retrieve our own culture. ठीक है? So with this I would like to conclude this session. So session was a little heavy, but we have to understand the facts. This is the truth. Any questions? Yes.
Why Mahabharata is not read in our homes? And Mahabharata means whenever we say that we read Mahabharata in our families, there will be fights. But it is also a great a book, right? Then why we don't read it?
Yes. So you didn't got the question?
Yes.
Yes. Why we are not reading Bhagavad Gita? The actual thing is one has to read Bhagavad Gita or Mahabharata. The Bhagavad Gita is a part of Mahabharata. One has to read Bhagavad Gita. Saying this, keeping Bhagavad Gita in our home and reading Mahabharata will bring conflicts in our life. It's just a nonsense statement. People are thinking, if we keep Mahabharata or Bhagavad Gita picture, no? Like Arjuna and Krishna going to war. So basically people have this blind faith. If we keep Bhagavad Gita or Mahabharata, if we read in our home, there will be a lot of conflicts. Let's take, remove Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata from your home. Can you guarantee there will be no conflicts? Logical. There will be conflicts. Just a statement. So you can read Bhagavad Gita, please. And Mahabharata. One has to read Mahabharata. One has to read Ramayana. One has to read Srimad Bhagavatam. So we have all the 3 books available here. Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharata as well in English as of now. You can please go to your home and read nicely. There is no problem. One has to read. It's just the statement came into the people's mind. If we get this, we'll fight. They don't think. If these are not there also, we'll fight. Because this is the age of Kali. Age of quarrel and hypocrisy. Fights will be there. Got your answer question? Yes. Any other questions?
What is the difference between Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam?
Nice. So Bhagavad Gita is the instructions given by Lord Krishna. How to lead our life. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the complete knowledge about Krishna. So this is the knowledge spoke by Krishna, that is Bhagavad Gita, and Srimad Bhagavatam is the knowledge about Krishna. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, all the knowledge is given. How the creation was made. What is the purpose of this creation? And what Lord has taken so many incarnations. So what is the reason? And what is the goal of our life? Everything was given. So basically speaking, Bhagavad Gita is the instructions given by God, and Srimad Bhagavatam is about God, about Lord Krishna. Got it? Yes. Any other questions? Yeah.
So earlier you talked about pouring milk onto Shiva and all, right?
Hmm.
So like I am also against their views, but what is the actual logical or Vedic reason for doing that one? I mean, can you please elaborate?
Yeah, yes. Sure. So in the scriptures also we'll see. So Lord Shiva, so is a favorite of this Abhishek. He likes taking this kind of service from his devotees. So that is one of the reason. And also another reason in the temples, what happens whenever the water falls on the link, so there is a kinetic energy coming down. So all this energy will help to spread across the temple, and because of simultaneously chanting Vedic scriptures, Vedic literature, so this create a different kind of aura. So that's why, whenever we come to the temple, we feel a lot of peace. Why? Whenever we just step out of the temple, we can see the difference. Isn't it so? So the spiritual energy being created because of this. All this doing various rituals like doing arati, abhishekam, all this stuff. And one more thing, what happens when we do this, we'll get purified. So whatever material contamination is there, we'll get purified by witnessing this and even doing that also. Got it? Yes. Any other question? Please.
Little off topic, but in the first page itself, I was reading Mahabharata. There is an author called Ami Gantra. She is also well read, and she follows this scripture and she is interpreting what she understands. So first she wrote about what dharma is, and she said that translation is according to scriptures, dharma means जो धारण कर सकते हैं. But I could not understand the whole meaning. Could you elaborate?
Yes, sure. So basically, first speaking, so whenever people writing books or reading scripture or explaining to someone, so we have to see what is the person's qualification. So what is the person's spiritual qualification? In one of the future sessions, we'll see, do I need a guide? So in that, we'll see who is a guru. So guru means a person should come in proper sampradaya, a disciplic succession. So we have basically 4 sampradayas: Sri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya, and one more, Sri Sampradaya. So one has to come in either of the 4 sampradayas. So it's a disciplined succession of distributing the knowledge. This is the first and most important thing. And a person should have a guru above him, from whom he is learning. And above that person, there should be a guru. And above that person, there should be guru. And scriptures, what they are reading, it should be under the guidance of a spiritual master. Understanding? So we can read it, but we may get some logic, something we get it, some understanding we get. But what is the actual understanding is, we get someone who already read it and who practiced it and seeing the change in their life. Under his guidance, we have to read it. And then only we can get the proper knowledge, proper understanding what that sloka or what is written there. Understanding? So if we just go on our own understanding, on our own interpretation, we will go wrong. For sure. That is what. And Sanskrit also is quite difficult only, because each and every word has various meanings. We don't know what the person is reading, what meaning he will put there. Isn't it so? So we have to follow Vyasadeva. What meaning he is giving. And following this footstep, many acharyas have come. So we have to take the shelter, means we have to understand from the spiritual master what is speaking, and then we have to understand, and then we have to speak. Then only we are eligible to write books, commentaries on them. So till then it's completely wrong. Dharma also.
What dharma is?
So dharma in future sessions we'll see. So dharma means it's a constitutional characteristic of a living entity. So let's say, in future session will come, I'll just revealing now only briefly. So what is the dharma of chili? To be spice. So what is the dharma of a sugar? To be sweetness. So similarly, what is dharma of a human being or a spirit soul? So that is to render service. So every one of us, every point of time, we are doing some service. We cannot be away from service. Now all of you are sitting here and you're serving by hearing the Vedic scriptures. You're serving Guru. You're serving Krishna by reading, hearing. And I'm speaking. I'm also serving all of you. And you go to office, you serve your boss. And if you go to your home, you serve another boss. Yes or no? So wherever we go, we just keep serving people. If no one is there in our home, we get some dog and keep it to serve the dog. And even if the dog is not there, we serve something else. What is that? Ourselves, our mind. Yes or no? So at every point of time, we all of us are serving. So service is a dharma. Got the point? Yes. So last question, if any.
Yeah. So we know about the book name Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Ashtabad Gita. So
Which one? I couldn't understand. Can you please be a little louder?
Yeah. So we know the name Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Gita, Ashtabad Gita. So what do we mean by that specific name? Because in our Indian culture, every name has specific meaning. So what about that?
Yes.
And how it will influence our corporate life so that we'll use that.
Simple. So in this lectures, we are seeing all these meanings. So today we just took a little tangent about the Vedic literature, the lost wealth. So basically, first question, the meaning of the Bhagavad Gita. So Gita means song. Bhagavan means God. So the song sung by God is Bhagavad Gita. And this Bhagavad Gita is very beautiful. That's why it's called Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Srimad means very beautiful. Bhagavad Gita means song sung by God. So the total meaning of the whole Srimad Bhagavad Gita is beautiful song sung by God. So this is the meaning of Bhagavad Gita. Now the question, next question, how can I apply in my life? Yes or no? So this is what we have discussed in this today's session. How people are very stable in their spiritual life, in their material life. So by doing various spiritual practices, reading Bhagavad Gita. So by reading Bhagavad Gita scriptures, what happens? Our intelligence will be sharpened. We will get to know what is right and what is wrong. Then we can do the act properly. When we don't know what is right and what is wrong, we adhere to our mind. And what our mind says, we do that. Sometimes it so happens that we know this particular act is wrong to do it. Yes or no? But still we are forced to do it. Isn't it? All have experienced this in our life. We know that, but not able to control it. By spiritual practices, reading Bhagavad Gita, we can control the mind. Got the point? So in future sessions also we'll see one by one session. So what is the whole theme of Bhagavad Gita? So every Saturday we'll have the thematic study of Bhagavad Gita. So we are learning something and implementing in our life. So there are 700 slokas. From each and every sloka we can get number of learnings. And each and everything we can implement in our life. So from today's session, what are we learning? So we understand how glorious is our Vedic literature. How glorious our Vedic culture is. The thing is, we lost it now. And how can we revive it in our life? By reading Bhagavad Gita daily, attending this kind of discourses, discussing, like if you have any doubts, and doing mantra meditation. So all these are practical aspects which are given in Bhagavad Gita, which one has to do it. And that when we do it, practically we are applying in our life. And by doing these various spiritual activities, you see difference in your own life. So whatever tension, stress, whatever anxieties completely will be gone. So in the last class, one of your participant was sharing. So Prji was doing just chanting very nicely. So few days back I got this problem. But the thing is, I'm trying to solve it, but still I have this problem. For that day and this day, there is a lot of difference in me. Even I have the problem right now, I'm stable with it. I have no anxiousness, no fear. I'm happy, I'm able to do my work properly, efficiently. So this is what we can learn it. Got it? Yes. So we'll go for mantra meditation now. So you all can stand up. So you can just take some relax. So the volunteers will give you the achaman. So they'll give water, you can just wash it and take the beads. So water is there to wash your hands, not to drink. Can I also get one bead? Whoever got the beads, you can please take your seats. Volunteers can be little fast. Everyone got the beats? Yes. So we're doing this process of mantra meditation. So there are various meditation process like mindfulness, focus, progress, various meditation process, and every meditation process works. So that is what people are doing it. So what is the difference between normal meditation and mantra meditation? So other meditation process will give some kind of peace for some time, for sure. So anxiety, stress, whatever, this will get something. But again it will be coming back. So the effect is not permanent. The effect of other meditation process is temporary. And when we take mantra meditation, what happens? So what is the meaning of mantra? Manas trayate iti mantraha. That which delivers the mind. That which controls the mind. So that is what the mantra is. And all the problems in our life is only because of our mind. And this mantra meditation will help us to control the mind. So whenever you have disease, so what you have to do? You have to cure the disease. So basically disease comes from through the blood, vagera. So what is the solution? We have to take the root cause. If you are purifying the blood itself, the whole body will function properly. There is no question of disease. Isn't it so? So this mantra meditation will enter the soul and touches the soul and will give a permanent effect. So whatever thoughts we are getting, everything will be reduced if we can do it consistently each and every day. Okay? So let's start this. So you all can sit in a meditative posture. Anyone coming for the first time here? Yes, I can see a few. Yes. So how to do this mantra meditation? So you can hold the beads like this in two hands. Need not touch the bead ground in this way. So index finger need not touch the bead. Index finger shouldn't touch the bead. In this way you hold. And this Krishna bead should be the first which you are holding. So we chant the mantra and we move a bead towards ourselves. One more time mantra, we move like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We chant the bead, we chant the mantra and move the bead towards. One more mantra, one more time. So this is what we are going to do, mantra meditation process. Got it? So let's start. Sit in a meditative posture. Close your eyes and repeat after me. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadada, Shri Advaita Gadada, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So we have chanted the invocation mantra. So now we are going to chant the Maha Mantra. So what are we doing while chanting this mantra? We're just chanting and hearing, chanting and hearing, chanting and hearing. So chanting means we have to open our mouth and pronounce the mantra distinctly and then hearing. So this is what the process is. Yes, our mind will trick again and again. It takes us to different places and come back. It goes to office and it goes to PG, what to do next after going to PGs. Various plans, various things the mind will put. But try your best to bring back the mind on the mantra. If you can hear at least one full mantra, I definitely know many of you can hear a number of times, but if you can hear at least one more time, that is a success of our attempt today. So what we do, we chant, in between I'll stop and we'll have some talk and then we'll resume again. So while I'm giving talk also, you can please close your eyes and let's go. So now I'll chant the mantra, you can repeat after me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is the mantra which we are going to chant. So the second part of the mantra is Ram, not Rama. So we all chant together in a chorus, in a proper way, so that we can hear our own mantra. So let's start chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Slow down your chanting. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Slow down your chanting. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Gently stop chanting. Gently stop chanting. Keep your eyes closed. We have completed 54 times chanted. So that is half of the mala. 54 times you have chanted. Only just 54 more times left. This is a very, very rare opportunity for us to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra among 100 people together. This vibration, this aura will get only after a week. So this is the final chance for us to chant very nicely, properly, pronounce each and every mantra distinctly, and hear with such wonderful people all around with the mantra. This is the final chance for us. Let's resume. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Last few times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Slow down your voice. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Please stop chanting. Keep your eyes closed. So if at all anyone missed to hear the mantra properly, let's take this final opportunity to hear, pronounce distinctly the whole mantra. I know many of you all have already done, so let's do more. If you can hear at least one full mantra, that is success of our attempt today. So what do we do now? So let's chant 3 more times with full energy, with full intensity, with full energy. Let's chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Keep your eyes closed. Now we'll chant with the same intensity and energy 3 times within the mind. So praying to all the people all over the world, especially to our near and dear ones, so everyone may get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and may perfect this human form of life. So let's pray to each and every one in this creation by chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra loudly, very intensely, but this time within the mind without opening the mouth. Let's start. Yes. Now slowly and gently open your eyes. Yes. Welcome back. So volunteers can connect the beats. So before going to the next program, so we'll have a few announcements. So this month is very auspicious. So 3rd of December was the day when Lord Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita. So the day was known as Gita Jayanti. So the whole month is also very auspicious. If anyone takes Bhagavad Gita, gives Bhagavad Gita, or even donates Bhagavad Gita, is the most auspicious thing which we can do in this month. So if at all anyone already have Bhagavad Gita, very nice. You can take it and gift it to someone, your friends, your colleagues. If you already gifted, you can donate someone. So we have many devotees, what they do? So with the donations, whatever they're getting, they distribute Bhagavad Gita for free. So there are many schools, government schools, where children cannot afford Bhagavad Gita. So what do? People donate it, and with that money, we give the Bhagavad Gita for free for all the children who cannot afford it. So in that way also, it can help us in this great endeavor. And next thing, so after getting Bhagavad Gita, what should I do now? What will do? Read now. Yes. And also we have various recorded 652 videos of Bhagavad Gita. So in a YouTube channel called ISKCON Whitefield, you can go and search. There is a whole playlist of all the chapters. Each and every shloka of Bhagavad Gita was explained in just 10 to 15 minutes of video. So after reading that shloka, just hear it. So while reading, we'll get some understanding. So while hearing from someone who is already experienced, practicing already, has seen some change, we'll get more understanding. Isn't it so? Yes. So that is what we can do. So sloka a day, so it's like video series. Kartikeya Prji recorded 652 slokas for all our benefit. Maybe if you're not having a book in your hand also, you can watch a video in your office, in your PG, wherever. So this you can avail. So ISKCON Whitefield YouTube channel. So if you are not in our groups, Festival of Enlightenment groups, you can just check with your mentors who are calling you. So you can request them to add you in the group. So in the each and every group, every day, the Sloka of Day link, YouTube link is being posted. So you can follow that. And the next thing is every Wednesday, so we have this reading sessions. So where we'll come together and read every Wednesday evening 8:30 p.m. So we'll sit in a groups and read the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita and the books regarding that. So whoever is available, if you don't have office work, you can join us 8:30 p.m. So we'll do 10 minutes of mantra meditation as now we have done. So 20 minutes we'll sit and read and discuss. If you have any questions, you can discuss. It's like a more of personal, so that we can discuss more and more. We have more time, and later we can have dinner here itself. Okay? So whenever our devotees call you, please be little mindful. So they are not leisure people, so they are also working, qualified. So please request them. And one more thing. So now we know the importance of spiritual life, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You can recommend your friends to come here and learn this Bhagavad Gita. So definitely somehow or other we got benefited from some other person. Maybe our volunteers came directly in touch with you, isn't it so? Or your friends might have got this opportunity, they might have shared with you, yes or no? So that's why you're getting benefited nicely. So why don't we share with others? It's a nice initiative which we can take and help others as well. Chiki? So there are a few main announcements. And one more thing. Now Prji, you're telling all this very nice, very understanding sessions coming to your sessions. Now what's next? So we have advanced sessions which are happening simultaneously. So the people you can see standing all there, so they are advanced people. So they are attending sessions. So what do we do this year? So we'll go deep, little more deep in Bhagavad Gita. So like we have a topic called karma in the level 1, which you're attending here. In level 2, we have karma in depth. So like this various topics are there, which we can go deep more. So what is the criteria for this? So the criteria is everyone has to chant, whoever wants to go for advanced sessions has to chant at least one round of Hare Krishna mantra each and every day.